We did it, guys. We finally won something in the Subaru. Won some money, this dope trophy. So this video is all for my Subaru fam. Yeah, we can do it. There's the proof. But it's still a Subaru, so let me pick up this money, alright? So give me a second. Yo!
I see.
Yo!
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay, and wait a second. I'm in the wrong car. Whoops. I apologize for that. But what's up, guys? I'm back. It's been a little bit of another fat minute because I just like to keep myself busy, you know, with life and whatnot. But yeah. So I'm basically just gonna cut right to the point since I'm pretty sure you guys want to see a bunch of racing. But right now the car is a little, I'm gonna get an angle. It's got bug guts all over it, dude. And yeah, I don't like that. I don't like a dirty car. But since I do drive, this is a street car. Since, you know, as you can tell, it's still functional street car, still got AC and whatnot, but since this is my street car, I drive it to the racetrack, which is like 20-25 minutes away. So every time I go, I drive it. I really want to invest in a trailer, but we'll get to that at some point. We'll talk about that at some other time. So anyways, as you guys just did see, yes, I did win some money. I want to buy $500 and this trophy. So I'm gonna link basically the event, the location, everything on down the link down below, so you guys can see, because they have more events coming up soon. Because I'm gonna try to go for a 2-for-2. But yeah, I went basically to try to test the car like I usually do, and I ended up just winning the 9.5 class. And for you guys that don't know, when I say 9.5 class, is that I can't go faster than 9.5 seconds. It's basically a daily driver class, and since, you know, this thing ain't crazy, I mean, the only thing crazy about it is that. But you can't go faster than 9.5 seconds. Now, this car does run, what was it? My PB, what was it? No. My PB was 7.92 in the 8th mile. I know a lot of people don't really prefer the 8th mile. They prefer the quarter, but that's all I got, so that's what you're gonna get. Boo-hoo. But the car currently runs at 7.92. I think I can squeeze out a little bit faster, but I gotta get the practice in, and I'm now able to win a 9.5 class. I'm gonna try to do it again, and then I'm gonna see if there's any 8.5 classes, because I'm trying to win every second class, just to kind of. I'm not gonna build the car to anything crazy. It's gonna stay stock turbo up until I basically win a 7.5 class or break out of that one twice, because I don't want this car to be like one of those one-hit wonders. I want it to be like, yes, you can take a stock turbo Subaru out and race it if you're not scared to race it and win. So like I said, that's the proof. I already spent the money, by the way. I used that money to reinvest back in the channel, but yeah, you guys will see what it's gonna be. I already making another video on that, so it's actually a whole new car. That's gonna be pretty cool, so just wait on that. But yeah, now I'm gonna really stop talking. So this first part of the video, before I jump into the whole class of me winning, because that's kind of a whole segment, I'm gonna show all the testing that I did before, and then I'm gonna talk a little again on the overview of the car. It's gonna be quick, it's nothing crazy, and then I'm gonna show you the win and then some extra cool stuff at the end. I'll explain that also a little bit later, so enjoy it.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f is that? What is that?
We got Young Camino going to be just at WRX, all-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. Here we go.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was basically all the testing that I've done with the car since, the last video. Shout out to that Camaro guy, dude, with the nitrous. I was genuinely shocked when my girl told me. She was like, yeah, that thing sprayed something, I was like, what? And then she showed me the video on her phone, and it sprayed nitrous, and then the commentary was just great. That whole thing was hilarious. Funny thing is, that was the run that was my PB. So yeah, there was, as of now, there's no hope I could ever beat something like that. But you'd be surprised, because I got the build sheet, the whole build breakdown that's gonna happen right now. Okay, so basically I'm gonna start naming off all the parts that this car has, from basically the top this way to the bottom to the transmission to the rear end, but there's nothing much after basically the transmission. But here's basically the parts list of I was doing a little research, like I said, of the old notes, old receipts, and blah blah blah. I'm not gonna do the price breakdown because that's just inflation, because all this happened in 2017, and I've just kind of added things here and there, just small things that don't really require a tune, like my Borla headers that I did 2 years ago, or not necessarily need a tune, but since I still went with unequal length. Even I know equal length makes more power, but just for I had problems with the old stock header gasket, so I just said F it and got the Borla one. And I mean, it's been treating me well ever since, so I don't really have any complaints about that. But okay, let's start. So basically, what you guys don't see, it does have an Outfront Motorsports case halves. Stock case halves are the semi-closed deck with Wiseco forced pistons on the stock compression. Still has the stock STi rods, the stock STi Nitride forged crank. It does have ACL Race Bearings, so that's one of those, peace of mind receipts. A lot of these things are mostly for peace of mind, because I never have to worry about those type of things, because the stock ones, just like the pistons, they're cast iron. I don't trust them. The build is how I basically believe Subaru should have came with the engine out of the factory. But they built it the way they did it, because this is actually the second motor on this car, but I had bought it with this motor in it already. I just, I'm naming off from the receipts that I had bought it with, and since then I haven't had any problems at all. And I've had this car 10 years going into next year, so that's pretty crazy that it hasn't really, it's literally given me no problems at all, besides really small things, because obviously things will happen. I mean, it's a Subaru, come on. Anyways, the cylinder heads, it's still stock, completely stock cylinder heads. Cams, retainers, whatever it is, everything in their stock. It's still the stock studs too. There doesn't have any hard ARP anything. It's just still the stock studs. Still the stock turbo. Same turbo it came from when the car was new. Look at that little thing. You can't barely even see it anyways. Stock intercooler with a fully adjustable from the inside go fast spits blow-off valve. That thing's really cool. I usually don't have this on vent to atmosphere. I just do that for fun whenever I just want to hear it go psh, or sneeze. My girlfriend calls it sneezing because it sounds like it sneezes. But for racing, I turn it all the way off to recirculation, because that's how it was originally tuned. Stock STi intake manifold. The IAG Billet TGB deletes with the Phenolic spacers. Those are the little blue things there. It's got off-the-line coil packs. They're really nice coil packs, dude. I saw a pretty good difference in those two, so shout out to them. They're basically a local tuning company with me. So for you Subaru guys and a lot of import guys, you guys have probably heard of them. So shout out to you guys. It has the full IAG fuel rails with the braided lines. There you can see them. That full thing. None of the stock stuff is there besides the return and feed that just basically start right there to the back, which does have I believe a competition fuel filter that the tuners put in for me. And you can't really see them, but I do run Injector Dynamics or ID 1700cc injectors. Now those are some pretty big boys, dude. They're hefty for this build, but I'm just thinking of the future, because I will be making more power. I know I will. I'm just baby stepping into it. And then I have a Fuel Lab fuel pressure regulator, and next to that fuel pressure regulator is the Cobb flex fuel kit. There's the flex fuel sensor with that gauge, and it all just routes where it should, I hope. And all that goes to an AM320, I believe, a fuel pump. And to get all that cool air in it, I have the Cobb cold air intake with the cool box that I've kind of mocked up this cool thing too. And then the radiator and all the radiator things, overflow or whatever, everything, all that is stock. I do need to give that an upgrade because that's one of the really important mods that I think that should be done pretty early, but I've been sleeping on that. Then also a very important one right there, we have the IAG Street. So the tuner recommended, since I'm not making any crazy power yet. Air to oil separator from IAG. Yeah, that thing really helps a lot with the blow by, because it's crazy. I've found oil before that in the intake right here into the intercooler, and yeah, it's just a mess. That is a must for any Subaru, or just anything to help with the blow by, because something is better than nothing, I always say. And then we go down here because we have the Borla unequal length headers that I wrapped. I can literally touch that and not get burned. I mean, fast, but it does not produce any heat at all with that on it. And then the IAG competition oil pan baffle kit, the whole thing. That one also is basically a must. All those bafflings, it makes it. I get the peace of mind knowing that the oil is good, and with, you know, you get extra oil. It got those cool fins. It's a good unit. I trust it 100%, especially since I be launching this car all the time. And the exhaust side, you know, this stock turbo, but NVIDIA downpipe that's also wrapped down to a 3-inch custom straight pipe. Has a 90-degree turn down at the end, right after, a little bit right after the rear diff. And that's also connected to a Grimspeed 38mm external wastegate. That thing is loud, sounds like a freaking rattlesnake. I love it. One of my favorite things about this car. Does have an air pump delete, and then it has the Grimspeed also electronic boost controller. So it's somewhere in there. And then this lightweight battery kit from STM. That helps a lot, because that thing is basically weighs nothing, and I've been kind of shaving down a lot of weight. I took out that thing is heavy, but I still wanted the support, so I got that. I forgot what company that is, but I'll link it down below as well. But now to the front, basically it's all locked. So it looks like a street car. I got some AEM gauges, but they're not really connected right now, so don't worry about those. But one of the most important things that I've done, and this is just done recently, any Subaru person or any person that drives a manual transmission should do this, but I bought the full Torque Solutions short throw shifter with all billet solid mountings, everything. Whatever you can do to that whole assembly right there to make it a lot better, especially shifting and no lift shifting, is everything has to be solid bushings. Unless you race your car and don't mind the weird noises, basically race car sounds, that to me is a must, because that thing has just gone into gear almost every time. It has made a huge difference from what it was before, because I was basically driving on a broken, you know, stick shift. It is also still on the stock STi 6-speed, manual 6-speed transmission. That thing is pretty solid. Apparently they handle like 1,000 horsepower. I've seen them handle a lot of horsepower, so hopefully that stays alive on me, because that thing is gonna keep getting abused for a while. And then it has an ACT, a used, mind you, a used, I got from eBay, used ACT clutch. Yeah, stage 1, organic still, with the stock STi flywheel. Nothing lightweight. And I've launched this thing so many times. It's starting to give me a problem, so I might need to consider swapping that out soon. So we'll see about that. All right, and here on the way back, here's a custom exhaust that I had welded when I had just started welding. So ignore it, that's just been holding since. It does have a drive shaft shop, carbon fiber drive shaft. You can barely see it there, but that's also been very important to all the launches I've been doing. So that's been helping a lot. And then just some good old Hancock
Pause.
high performance tires, and my my rare 5-Ziggin lightweight wheels, man. I love those, and they just, look at that. They just fit so perfectly, no spacer whatsoever. A little bit of camber too, but that's basically it, guys. That's literally all the car has, is really nothing that crazy. And here's the kicker, guys, and here's the freaking kicker out of everything. I thought it made like 420 torque, maybe. I don't know, dude. I don't even remember. Now I'm just questioning everything. But I'm gonna slap the dyno sheet right now. There it is. All right, well, there's the dynograph, guys. And for anybody who doesn't really understand what they're looking at, it's fine. I got you. So the car basically on pump gas made 285 horsepower and 323 pound-feet of torque on 100% pump. I'm assuming 93. That much I don't remember. So, and here's the crazy number, because like I said, I feel like it was more, but I guess I'm just crazy. But it was 333 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque on E85, and I got the car like on E93. Like it was up there on E85. I mean, that's just crazy to me. The torque is what helps it. I noticed that it's the torque that's been helping me a lot, especially on the launch, because I do feel like the car dies at the top end. And mind you, that was in August of 2017. Yeah, I don't even want to do the math. It was that long ago that this car has had the same tune. It's just been solid, and it was tuned by modified by KC. Actually, I think I have this sticker. Nope, other side. Hold up. Here it is. Modified by KC, MKC down in Kansas City, Missouri. Man, they did a phenomenal job. I've never gotten back to them to say they did a good job on the tune, but yeah, this car has been running strong on that same tune since 2017, guys. So I have no complaints. It is about time to do a new tune, but with all the Cobb stuff, I will end up going standalone. But again, all those details we'll talk about after, I can prove that the car can run and win. But man, I'm telling you guys, dude, with those numbers, dude, and it's been running the way it has with some of the cars that it does run, I think it's pretty amazing, dude. And I think this thing has a long way to go. I think I can push it so much harder on a stock frame turbo, dude. Like, I'm so excited and so motivated to keep this thing going. I'm just kind of fighting time at this point. But there's a lot of events in August and September. Basically now it's when it really starts ramping up, and I'll for sure will have a lot more content for you guys. It's just been really hot over here in the Midwest and the Corn Belt. It's just been unsufferable lately. But no, dude, I'm coming in, dude, because that there was the motivation and the proof that the car is doing something. At least they can do one of the class, and if I can keep winning money, dude, who am I to stop? And also a special shout out to this company called Motorsports 3D. I believe they're in Australia or New Zealand. I forgot where, but they're the ones that 3D printed me this headlight, dude, and I mocked it up like that, and it keeps the intake temperatures within 2 degrees of whatever is outside. It's never exactly what it is outside, but it's a degree or two literally when the car is moving. And it's just been helping also with the car just staying alive, I believe, to stay alive and just stay cool, because these things are just, I've had it sit idling when I'm waiting for a race or in traffic with when I didn't have that, dude, and the intake temps were crazy. So that I think has been helping a lot too. So shout out to them, dude, because this unit, that piece too, solid. I'll link everything down in the link below. You guys can see the list too, so I'll copy and paste it down there somehow so you guys get a pretty good one, pretty good look too. And I'll even put the dynograph up there, dude, because that thing is pretty crazy. I can't believe that this thing barely makes, do you guys consider that 400 horsepower car? Because I would, since it's running like a 400 horsepower car. I feel like it's running like a faster car, but dude, I'm telling you guys, dude, this thing has a lot of potential, and I have a lot more to learn as a driver too, so I'm pretty excited. Well, yeah, guys, that's the overview of the good old Subi, dude. She's been so much fun and so reliable to me to this point that it's just, I don't really want to change up on it, dude. I just want to keep enjoying it and just kind of, like I said, bump it up in baby steps and just keep seeing what I can do, because, I know I can run a 750, so I can start being able to run those classes. And actually, I might consider having to win a 650 class before I go to bigger turbo. I think the 580 classes we have here are in the 5-second eighths. I'm gonna be needing something crazier like that, but that's in the far future, because we technically still even have that. But we don't want to look at that. We don't want to talk about that. We have to be a bigger YouTube channel to get to that one, But yeah, guys, I just really want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. I kind of had to refilm some things, because I really just want to take the time to say I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. I just love racing. I know a lot of people want to see Subaru stuff, but these videos is what focuses on the Subaru, because I have videos that focuses on the other cars. But I like anything that has to do with racing. So if it has turbo, if it looks cool, if it races, anything like that at the track, dude, and I think it's cool as hell, which you guys will see bonus content, you know, after this. I have, you know, a JETCAR, 1,000 horsepower plus M3, some PROMODS that I thought I was gonna lose my GoPro on, they're so fast, but they stayed on. Yeah, I got a couple cars in this next segment, after the, you know, I'll show you guys me winning that the 9.5 class. But no, for real, I really want to thank everybody for sticking along. Thanks for subscribing. Just thank you for taking the time to, you know, support your boy, because, you know, this is my hobby. I really like doing it, and if I can do this, you know, full time, yeah, like the big dogs, you know, like Cletus, and especially like Cletus, man. Shout out to that guy, and he's from Omaha. If you can do it, man, I might be able to do it. I got more cars because this thing will hit a limit. Subarus can only do so much. Evos can always do so much. You know, RX-8 rotaries, you know, they can always do so much. But you can build them in a certain way where they're completely competitive. And once I figure all those stuff out and maybe make more money, I'll be able to do that. And race a little more professionally. At least that's what I hope. But we'll see. That's the fun part of the adventure. But yeah, guys, I'll stop holding you up. The next part, like I said, is just me running that 9.5 class and surprisingly winning. So yeah, enjoy.
active.
Guys, that's a JETCAR.
No shit.
Trying to keep it steady for y'all.